gentlemen, Booch. My name is Nicholas J.
My name is Jacob Wolf.
Dylan Sterling.
And thank you for having us here, Nicholas.
Yeah, no problem.
So, do you want to tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I don't really have a whole lot to say about that, you know. I just do art, I do music, both Portland, cats, animals, and abstraction and surrealism.
Right on. The music that is playing is by you, right?
Nope.
No.
I do similar stuff, but yeah, nah. I just threw on some random mix.
Oh, nice. I'm sorry. So this is like glitchy types of music?
Deep house?
Deep house? Right on. So, your paintings are lining the walls and there's more over here.
Yeah, my pretty much like three main bodies of work. Like I have like my spacey abstract stuff here. My more like abstract-y but kind of realistic people portraits, and then yeah, my new series of work which I'm currently building on.
Right on. What got you interested in art?
See, that's a good question, because honestly I've been drawing for so long and from such an early age that I'm not really actually sure what point I actually got interested in art, because I've always, I don't even remember when I actually got into it. I've always just been drawing.
Yeah?
Which is weird, because neither of my parents were really super artistic, and it wasn't really like around or whatever, but yeah.
What were some of your early inspirations?
Cartoons.
Cartoons? What kind of cartoons?
Particularly the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah? Do you think that they had some effect on the way your art came out?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah? In what way?
Some of the stuff like early on was really broad line, super comic-y, and kind of masculine for a while, because like, you know, always had those rippling muscles going on. Yeah, they had quite an influence on me.
Right on. You have these little cards here, and I just want to...
Yeah, some ATC, ACEO, arts trading cards.
You want to tell us how these kind of started?
I got kind of bored with actually having a physical sketchbook for a while, so I just kind of started moving on to these little cards, which I usually just hash my ideas out on, but, you know, can also sell without them being in my book.
Yeah?
Do pretty well for the most part.
And they're $5 a piece or 4 for $15?
Yeah, which I know sometimes sounds a little expensive, but I usually charge myself $10 an hour for my artwork, but yeah, I can spend a good 3 hours on those sometimes when I'm just bored.
Dude, they're really good. What are your mediums of choice?
Ink and acrylics.
Ink and acrylics.
For sure.
Do you do watercolor as well?
Yeah. And I've dabbled in oils, which I enjoy. Seriously, I love the shading like that you can get out of them. But living out here, especially when it's cold, having to wait like sometimes a week for just one coat to dry, I'm too ADD for that.
Right. What were your first positive experiences with art? Was it like people telling you that they liked your stuff? Was it you just being proud, or?
Well, I guess from an early age, I mean, I was always published in those like stupid ass like yearly kind of like, oh here's what our school can do, like poems / like writing / art kind of like collections that you'd see at any like school. But yeah, my artwork was usually always published all the time. And after that, yeah, I just got into doing it on my own and not just for someone else.
Yeah? What were your first steps in doing it on your own?
I was really procrastinatory on that subject actually for a really long time. It took me moving from California, which I never showed art at until I was like 26 or 27. Like I had to move away and then move back to have shown art there. But yeah, no, when I moved to Eugene, Oregon, I had a lot of really awesome people in my life, and Harry Burt, Doug Kaser, Woodpecker's Gallery. Yeah, no, they gave me a foot up and pretty much regularly showed my artwork. I was a contributing person to that gallery. I was also kind of the music coordinator at a point.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I did a shitload of shows in a really short amount of time when I was out there.
Very cool. Did you sell pieces?
Yeah. Actually, the initial pretty much wave of paintings that this started out as, I don't have any of anymore.
Yeah. The abstract, spacey. Are they?
I've had many people say different things about them.
They look like earth structures, like natural structures that the earth would make, almost to me.
It is, no, yeah, it's pretty much what they're supposed to be, like planetary kind of just things hanging out in random dimensionary cosmos space.
Yeah.
I've heard bone structures, I've heard caverns before.
What made you start doing that? Did it just come out?
I had this one time where I was pretty much doing some hallucinogens with a friend, and pretty much he just showed up like at 12 o'clock at night and was just like, hey man, you want to get like super high? I was like, oh, whatever, I don't got nothing going on. But anyways, right when we started tripping, he decided to throw on Ralph Bakshi's Cool World, which I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's so extremely dark, and it's just like not something you'd ever want to see when you first start tripping. But that pretty much let us segue into the rest of the night. He ended up like just passing out and just like left me to trip by my own like the whole night. And at some point, I was in this like mind over like hypothetical matter like part where I was like envisioning these like cavernous spaces like kind of protruding through my body at some point, which yeah, a week later led into those paintings.
Wow.
I'm not trying to give too much credit to drugs. Yeah, I don't have to do them to be creative, but sometimes, you know, they can give you a stepping stone to stuff.
I actually did a speech in college on the safe legalization and safe use of hallucinogenic drugs as like a dimensional portal to information that would otherwise be unobtainable.
Agreed.
And I do believe in that. Not trying to stand school kids.
Yeah, don't do cool stuff.
What about your illustration?
Yeah, like I said, I do some illustrative stuff. I mean, it's pretty much the base of my just like practice work, where I usually just like to flesh out ideas. And I do some comics here and there. I haven't really been working on those like too seriously lately. Had a strip going in Cool Beans for a while, which I don't know, it had to stop at some point. Because I don't know, I kind of ran into this wall with just writing like almost seemingly from Jane Silent Bob's Adventure or whatever. It's just like you can only go so far with dick and fart jokes. Yeah. So I kind of ended that.
You said you had a comic strip called What Rabbit?
That wasn't actually a comic strip. That was an idea that I really wanted to make into a comic, where it'd be pretty much just based around this rabbit who was in a really normal like work setting, but super abstract shit would happen. Like one of the issues that I was planning on making would pretty much just be focused on him like drinking too much coffee and worrying about this like decapitated head that he found in like the waiting room like water cooler. Yeah.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah.
It just never worked out.
It didn't work out. What kind of stuff have you been working on lately?
Pretty much these Jib Kids paintings, which
I'm gonna take these down, is it okay?
Sure. Which the Jib Kids is kind of just like it came from just a really rough illustration that I had, and someone was calling these people giblet children. So it kind of led into this, this whole idea of like the Jib Kids and like what would they be doing on their own. What does that mean? Oh yeah, it is. They calling.
Alarm's going off.
that could really well. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm working on at the moment. Just like trying to add as many layers and just like random patterns as I can into like one painting, while having like at the same time kind of like contrasting minimalism to the characters.
Do you have any formal art training?
Yeah, I do. I've taken some college classes, which I thought were fun and whatnot, but after a point I just got like tired of just having to do what people ask me to.
Yeah. When and where was this?
Down in California. But yeah, that was for a really short time. Like, I got so disinterested in schooling so quick. Like, unfortunately, they had an arcade there on campus for some reason. Which, yeah, I very quickly just, like, started, spending my days playing pinball and, doing King of Fighters as opposed to going to class.
What kind of stuff did you take away from college?
Some really basic stuff that I usually, before I showed up, I probably would have said this is BS, but not. Like, there's definitely some layers, especially in painting, that you need to go through before you should probably end up at your lighter, like your darker colors or whatnot. So I guess like some good contrast, color, lighting, yada yada stuff.
Right on. So just basics.
Yeah.
And then from there you just kind of do your own thing. Where have you been showing lately?
Not anywhere in Portland particularly, because I haven't really lived here again that long. I've only been back for like a month and a half, so I've had one show at the Splendorporium for their taxidermy show, which that piece is still hanging.
For the what show?